If I could teach one skill, one life skill to the next generation, honestly, I believe that I would teach them to meditate, how to meditate. I feel like that's so important. I feel like that's probably the most important skill that you can have. I think that it opens up to everything else. Um, Manifesting things, downloading things from, your higher source and being in tune with yourself and taking in paying attention more to your body and your intuition, your gut and those things, and that in turn helps you move a lot more efficiently, in the world, so I feel like for me I would teach that skill, meditation. I feel like that's so important. um, I am a middle child. I'm a middle child. um, I have six I have five sisters, one brother in my biological family, and in my foster family, I have seven sisters, six brothers. In both, I am the middle child. I don't believe that it affects the way um, how I interact with children and when they're in my care, how I behave with them and how I don't think that I don't pay attention or I've never paid attention to how my interactions with my siblings, how that might affect or, you know, um, I just try to always just go off of my intuition, my gut, and what, I feel is the right thing to do in the situation. So I don't think that that has any, for me, the two doesn't correlate. Probably does actually subconsciously, Yeah, but I never really thought about it. So, thoughts on boundaries, boundary settings. That's a hard one for me because I'm not a parent. I'm like an aunt, and I'm a cool aunt. So, uh, I'm my friends say that I let my nephews get away with everything and anything, but I don't believe so. I believe that as the parent, you have fears. I have fears too, but I try to keep my fears in check because I know how important manifesting and how easily you can manifest things. So I try to keep those fears in check. But I believe like as a parent, you're gonna like be a lot more protective of your child and a little over the top. I'm not saying that parents are wrong, but I feel like every individual that interacts with a child is going to have a different type of relationship, right? So that one right there is a discussion that I could actually speak about for a long time because I'm in that situation right now. And I feel like if you say he can't go to the park because you didn't pack the right shoes for him, I feel like that's not right. I'm taking him to the park. That's not right. Like, but I feel like in setting boundaries is a tough one. It's a very sensitive one because ultimately, even though I do feel like I'm allowed to have a different relationship with my nephew, and I'm gonna get him candy. And I'm not. Well, the candy thing is, we eat healthy over here, but like, I'm gonna get him a snack or whatever, or I'm gonna let him play on his tablet for a few extra minutes instead of letting him go take a nap right at this exact time. Like, all right, he's four. But in the same sense, I do understand that certain things are not to be like there's no negotiating on it, right? But there are certain things where it's just like, all right, there has to be a happy medium. So with boundaries, I think that it's a tough one because you want to have respect for the parent too. You do want to have respect for the parent because you want to actually have access to your niece or your nephew. But yeah, that was a tough one. That was a good question. Boundary settings is a hard one. So For me, this conversation I think is going to be a good one. It's a good one because there's no manuscript, there's no set rules, there's no how to when raising a child. And ultimately, it is true. It does take a village. So even though one person may have pushed this child out of their womb, yes, they are the parent, they're the guardian, but it does take more than them. And ultimately, with that, I feel like they should also take that into consideration that though they are the primary, they're not the only one because it does take a village. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited about this conversation. So let's see how it goes.